so guilty.
What's good, guys? It's your girl Fats. Hope you guys are well. Today we have a special guest all the way from Leeds. You might recognize her on Married at First Sight UK. I'm joined by Tasha. Hey.
Hi.
How you feeling?
I don't know how to feel nowadays.
Can I just say, like, your glow in the series 8 is giving. Like, what is the secret to your natural glow? Because you're always glowing.
Do you know what? I have no secret. I like nearly every episode so far. I've not been wearing makeup. It's just cocoa butter. Just cocoa butter.
Yes, like the natural glow. I'm always like, I need a secret to that glow because you're always glowing.
It's literally just the cocoa butter, a bit of Vaseline. That's it. I'm good to go.
Has the glow got to do with, maybe the fact that you're married now? Like,
oh, I forgot about that part. I mean, very happy as you can see so far. So maybe all's the secret ingredient.
I wonder what that ingredient is. I gotta ask you, watching it back as a viewer, watching Married at First Sight UK Series 8, like, how does it feel to be watching it back from, like, the wedding, the honeymoon, everything?
It's just so surreal. It's so weird because you forget a lot of things that happen as well. And then and you're like, oh, I forgot about that. And it's nice to relive it, but then you also dread what's to come because you can't. It happened so long ago.
You're on a TV show. You don't know what's being shown, what's not being shown, what's aired, what's not being aired as well.
Exactly. It's just there's so much that you think would get shown and it doesn't, and then the little bits that you thought wouldn't are now on it, and it's just like, oh, okay, strange.
When you first got that call to say that you was going to be on Married at First Sight UK Series 8, where was you at? What was your instant reaction?
Oh my God, it was around Christmas time because I remember I was shopping. I was out and I was Christmas shopping for the kids, and I got a call from someone from production, and I was just wheeling my car around with all my toys ready, coming like Santa. And then got a message like, we've got some news for you. We'd like to straight away. I dropped the basket, ran out and paid for everything, ran straight to my car, sat there, just took a few breaths. And we're like, they've got it. I know they found someone. And then he messaged me, he rang me, and he was just like, we found you a match. And I swear to God, I just started screaming. I was just screaming. And people past my car just looked at me like, what? I was just like, ah! Ah! I was just in shock.
Oh, wow. Like, were you a bit skeptical as well? Because obviously, like, you're about to go on a whole TV show. You're about to marry a whole stranger. You're about to be on an experiment. Like, have you always been like a huge risk taker? Like, have you always been like that?
I'd say so. I'd say I'm just a bit fearless. Like I'm up for anything.
Yeah.
So when I got the call as well, I just kind of forgot that it was the whole TV side of it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm getting married. I'm married. Like, that's all I was focused on. I was like, oh my God, they found someone for me. I'm getting married. So that's a massive risk. So I guess you could say I'm a risk taker, or just a psycho.
Especially when you're like, was you at the car park where you start screaming when you found out?
Definitely like a psychopath sat in the car.
So how long does that process take? Like, with them finding you someone, and then on top of that, like the wedding, and like, do you pay for the dress? Do they pay for your bridesmaid dresses, your hair? Like, how does that all come about? Like,
got married in March, so I had all them months just be thinking so much in my head, like having crazy ideas, crazy moments in my head. But then regarding the wedding, so everything's paid for. They sort all your makeup and your hair out and everything. They send you like a little package, and You get to like pick your colour scheme, and if you want like wedding favours on the tables and your flowers and stuff. And I mean, not gonna lie, everything I picked did not get chosen. So my theory was if your partner and you both matched on something, they'd use it. Later down the line, Paul told me, "Oh yeah, I just clicked anything." I said, "Thanks."
I can imagine him as well.
But to be fair, it was beautiful, but it's not what I picked. But yeah, they've got the makeup artist for you. They do all the bridesmaids, hair and makeup as well. They're really on it, to be honest.
Wow. Did you have a hen do? Did you have a hen do with like your girls, like before you went on to the show and about to officially get married? Like, or did you? Because I know you guys had like your hen do with the cast, but did you have your own hen do?
No, I wanted to, but because I didn't want to tell anyone. I think I was like the only person, if I'm honest, that didn't tell anyone, because I genuinely wanted people's reactions when we got announced later down the line. I wanted that shock factor of, what the hell do you mean you got married to a stranger?
As well, you know, you're like the youngest cast, like you was 25 at the time, and then you're now 26. Like there's this perception on like when like you should settle down, when you should get married. Like, did you think you was prepared or ready to actually like go into that experiment and get married? Like, you know, for some people it'll be a young age, but for you it was like, oh, I was born ready. I wanted to do it. Like,
get me to that altar, honey.
Okay.
I think I've always been the one that always got told like Tasha's gonna have kids first, Tasha's gonna get married first. Like I've always wanted that life. So for me, I feel very strongly on there's no age on marriage. Like what is it, 18? Is it that?
Yeah, 18. Yeah, 18.
As an adult, like you can get married. Like some people that are in their 40s aren't ready to get married, but some people in their 20s are. And you hear so many success stories of people getting married young. So I just thought, why not? Like this could be the man that I'm with for the rest of my life. So what if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We move.
Basically. Now, what's been your best highlight so far? Or shall I say, what's been your best highlights or worst moments so far? Being present in their experiment.
Do you know, actually, what didn't get shown was on the honeymoon. I was really, really ill. I could not get out of bed. My body was not happy with me. God was like, no, not today, Tasha. Your ass is staying in bed.
Yeah.
So Paul went out and went ziplining, and I was thanking God. I don't want to go ziplining. Thank you for that. But yeah, like, I got really ill, and it kind of ruined that bit of the honeymoon for me. So that was probably my worst moment from what you've seen so far.
Oh, there's more? No, there's more?
Oh, more, honey. There's a whole lot.
And your best highlights?
Best. Gonna have to just be the soppy one and say it was the wedding day for me. Like, you can't top your wedding day.
Yeah.
Like, that day was spot on. Absolutely spot on.
I love that. Now, I gotta ask you this. So obviously, like you was very vulnerable with the viewers, and you was very open with the viewers about what you went through as well. Like, I feel like as well, a lot of young people can relate to your story, especially the fact that, you know, like in this generation, a lot of toxic relationships are being glorified and glamorized. And just for you to just share like what you went through has changed your perception about relationships, in terms of like what you've been through, in terms of like, you know, dealing with toxicity in your past relationships, and then going into this experiment and experiencing something completely new, being with a nice guy. Has it changed your perception in terms of being in a relationship?
Yeah, definitely. Because I was just stuck in my head that having this nasty relationship, that was normal, and that is I was just gonna allow and accept constantly. So then meeting someone like Paul, like you'll see that I look like I'm just not there fully at the beginning because
Mm.
I trust it, because I'm not used to it.
Mm.
It takes me a while to realize that, oh my God, there are actual genuine human beings in this world. This is oh hello. This is a normal thing. And
Yeah.
it's wild, but it just shows me that you can find someone. You need to hold out. Like that, your Prince Charming, as people say, will come at the end of the day. You just got to kiss a few frogs, haven't you?
Yeah, because like you be going through all these past relationships and dating all these people, and you're thinking these streets ain't safe. And then you meet that and you meet that one person, you're like, why did I have to go through all of that?
Do you know what I mean? Wasted my whole life. Thank you very much.
Now I gotta ask you, what advice would you give to your younger self in terms of being in a relationship, dealing with all that toxic past relationships? What advice would you give to your younger self?
Ooh, if I could talk to my younger self, I'd say a whole heap of things, but mainly just that you are enough and never settle for less. Like, you deserve so much more. Don't just accept what's given to you, because
Yes.
it's not okay. I'm a queen, honey. I'm a queen.
Okay. Tell them. Yes. And I love the fact that, you know, you literally was like, you, even with your letter, when you read your letter and you was just like, you know, I'm just gonna say how I feel, and you literally said that, like, I've never had that before, like I've just never had it.
Yeah.
And look where you are right now. Married.
Married.
I have to ask this cheeky question, because even though you're with Paul, was there any point in that experiment where you thought, you know what, like, there's other good-looking guys in this experiment? Did you have your eye on anybody else, or was it all the way Paul? Like, was there someone that you thought, he's a bit of me, you know? Like, I could go for this one too, you know?
Oh, if I had a drink, I would sip it. I'm joking. I'm joking. No. There's only really one person out of that whole group that would be my typical type. Like, very clear, I love my Black Kings, and that is I love me some chocolate.
Okay, love that.
So it was always going to be Paul. It was always going to. If I could pick out of all of them, I would have always gone for Paul. Like, he's beautiful, but Terrence is a very handsome man, and I think now. So if I had to pick someone else, it would have been Terrence. But no, everyone thinks I'm having an affair. I've seen posts about Tasha's gonna leave Paul for Terrence. Where are you getting this from?
Do you know what? I can't, like, I'm not gonna lie. When the cast was first revealed, I did say that I actually predicted this. I said it was either Paul or Terrence, one of them, because even though we didn't actually get to see you guys and see the whole series, you can just tell the vibes. The vibes are just unmatched, and then you guys are all good-looking people as well.
And it's wild. It's wild. I think the only reason, and I've said this to Paul and to Terrence, I think the only reason they didn't put Terrence with me is just the age gap.
Yeah, that's what I said as well. Yeah.
30, then they'd have put me with Terrence, I'm sure.
100%. Now, of course, the wedding is, you know, done. But if you had to go back to the wedding day, and I know from seeing your stories, you're a dancehall queen.
Yes.
You love dancehall, you love soca. If you had to pick 3 dancehall songs to be played at your wedding, what would they be?
You know, I wanted a soca themed wedding, because in my head I was like, oh, I'm gonna walk down the aisle, he's gonna be Caribbean, he's gonna look soca. But good question. I think weddings are all about family. Weddings are all about family. I'm gonna have to go with Skinny Fabulous Family, because you got to. And I just love soca. I love the upbeat. I just love
Yes, that would have been a perfect entrance as well to your party.
Good.
Yeah.
and Mr. Killer, Run With It.
Oh,
Every time that song comes on, someone is picking up something foolish. Foolish. Someone's running with his leg. Someone's running with someone's leg.
oh God, dear. Okay, that's 2 songs. What else?
And then, do you know what? I'm going to stick by my original wedding song that I chose, because you don't get to hear the songs like we actually picked.
Yeah. We just see you guys dancing. We don't even know what you guys are vibing to.
So I actually picked the typical one that you have to have at every wedding, christening.
Don't say it's like Candy.
Candy, you got to. You've got to. I had to, because I was like, if I get down the aisle and we get to the reception and everything, and this boy doesn't know what candy is, then I'm just going to have to divorce him there and then.
You're going to have to walk out.
Luckily, he did. I mean, he did stumble a few times. And I was like, right. But he got there in the end.
The experts definitely understood the assignment. Like, they knew what they're doing this series. But I got to ask you, going back to my question before, like, did you think to yourself, you know what, like, even like walking down the aisle, like, I'm a bit skeptical, like, what if they match me with someone that's complete opposite of me, like, but then did you feel like, you know what, I have full trust in them, like, I'm taking that risk?
Yes, you have, like, so much goes through your head.
Yeah.
The whole wedding morning, it wasn't until I was literally, like, got told, like, 3, 2, 1, Tasha, walk down. That's when I was like, oh my God, what if he's crazy, what if he's weird? I don't know, like, oh my God, what if he's, like, I don't know, like, so much goes through your head. I was like terrified at that point. I was like, what if he's got an accent that I don't like? What if he's 4'1"? Like, you just don't know. But I knew the experts knew what they were doing, because it had on other series. So I thought, surely it's my time. Surely it's gonna work for me. And well, you've been watching. Going good so far.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Like, honestly, like, you guys are my favorite couple. Like it would break my heart if, like, you guys broke up. I remember last year, Shanita and Jordan, they were my faves. And then that ending was so unexpected because we didn't expect it. So I'm hoping that never happens, because like, it can't, okay?
Me, if me and Paul don't work out, you are gonna come for me.
No, I'm actually gonna cry, like, the real tears. Like, I'm very invested. Like, I'm like, no.
Well,
I can't say too much. Now, obviously, I know one of the things that I admire about you and I love about you is the fact that you get along with everyone. You are just focused on what you have going on. So far, you're getting along with everyone. But we're going to talk about the dinner parties.
my face.
It's been a lot.
It's bad.
If we had to use 3 words to describe the dinner parties, I have so much going through my head.
Dramatic. Emotional. And just chaos. Absolute chaos.
As a viewer, I can feel the tension from the screen. Like, the amount of facial expressions that happens, like, your facial expressions are hilarious. So when I watch it, I'm like, how did she sit there on that table? Because I'll be bursting out laughing.
No, they get worse, and that's what's worrying.
There's more.
There's so much more. I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to leave the country just where that match isn't aired, because I can't.
But this is the thing I want to ask you. So obviously there was this discussion about, with the other cast, in terms of, like, who's the most genuine couple, who's the least genuine couple. You guys weren't present in that conversation, right? So I gotta ask you, as we are watching it right now, who do you think is actually, like, the most genuine couple and the least genuine couple?
Oh, that's my cue, so shut up. Joking.
Or who do you think is like the strongest couple or the least, like the weakest couple, in your opinion, and from what you've been there? Sorry?
From watching it to where we are now.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Me and Paul are the most genuine.
Of course.
I say that.
The first strongest, like.
That with chest. And the weakest would be yeah.
It's hard, isn't it?
I'm trying to run through everyone in my head. In that moment of time, it is probably, do you know what? Ella and Nathaniel, they weren't putting the right effort in from both sides. But it was just a lot to ask from both of them. Like Ella wanted one thing, but he wanted another. And it was just, where do we meet in the middle with them at that point? But
would you say that's strongest and weakest couple, right? Not most genuine or least genuine couple? Because they're two different things.
That is also very. No, they're. Yeah. I'm sticking with my answer.
Obviously, like, especially when you're getting along with everyone, and you're having to sit there and be like, listen, we're cool, but I'm gonna be real with you. Like, does that like cause tension within the couples and the dynamic of the group as well? Like, because you're not trying to be heartless, you're just basically keeping it real, right?
Yeah, and you're just answering a question as well. Like, what do you want to do? Like, just sit there and not speak? Like, question, I'm an answer. But it is uncomfortable because you are getting along with these people and you're living in an apartment block with them. You're seeing them near enough every day. You can't escape them. So if it's a bit of an awkward question, yeah, of course, tensions are high because people do take things personally as much as they may not think they are. People do. And people do take it to heart, so it can be awkward.
It can be very emotional as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, especially when you feel like you're going to an experiment for you, but then you're having to like mingle with everybody else and talk about your relationship. And if you don't talk about your relationship, it's like, oh, well, that person has something to say. And
I think that's one thing everyone forgets. Like you think about, oh yeah, I've signed up to do this to meet a partner, but you forget everyone else that comes with it because you're your husband or your wife.
Was there any rules that you found very like weird or fascinating in terms of being in the experiment?
I wouldn't say weird, but just things that I didn't expect to happen. Probably like commitment ceremonies and dinner parties. They would, I think it was commitment ceremonies. You'd get split up from your partner and you'd have to travel to the location with like, other cast members, and then you'd get put in a and you weren't allowed to see your partner because they don't want you to speak before you go on the sofa. And then the same for the dinner party. You stay with your partner and you don't see the other couples because they don't want to miss out on any drama. If you start talking before they're filming, like drama may unfold off camera. They want it all for camera. They want it for the dinner party. So that I was shocked about that. I felt like I was in prison.
I know.
Locking me in this room and snacks. So then I was like, well, now I have to eat all the snacks because you put them there. So now I have to be bloated when I go onto the sofa. Thank you very much.
Bloated where? Honey, you was giving us bari yari yari yesterday with that orange dress. Bloated.
Honey, spanks.
No, I must say you've been slaying throughout the whole series. Like, do you pick out your own outfits? Like, do you get to choose your own outfits and what to wear for the honeymoon, for like the dinner parties, the commitments? Like, do you choose all of that, or do they tell you what to wear?
You literally just bring all your clothes. Like, we got told to only bring like 3 suitcases initially.
3? Are we staying there?
I brought 8. Because you don't know how many weeks you're going to be filming for. You don't know how long you're going to stay. If you're going to like your husband, you don't know if you're going to leave on week 1 or if you're going to be there till final vows. So you've got to bring so many outfits. And I was like, 3 suitcases. I was like, can we get another car from the rest of my suitcase? But yeah, you pick your outfits, and my outfits end up bang. I'm not really too thrilled in my outfits at the moment, but they get so much better. Like,
What do you mean you're not thrilled? Honey, you was giving us braids. You was giving us island vibes. And I think that's why people can relate to you, because they're like, like, I don't know if you could agree with me, but I feel like the casting this year, the diversity, it's giving. Like,
diversity.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever happened.
No.
Well,
I was like, when I met the girls, I was like, oh, okay. And then when I met the guys, I was like, wow. I thought I was going to be the only like coloured person on this cast. I was shocked. So when I saw Porsche, like, yes, black girl, black excellence giving.
Yes, I know.
And obviously when I saw Paul, and then when I saw Nathaniel, when I saw Terrence, and then Jay's got one arm and Ella's trans, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is just amazing.
Daniel at one point was speaking to Terrence in patois. You came in talking patois. Like, I was like, nah, this is a vibe. I love them. Like, I know like Nathaniel and Ella are going through a lot, but just the fact that I think the representation is just like matters a lot. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to you guys. And the ratings is really doing really well as well with the show. So well done to you guys.
I heard that. I was like, oh, okay. Go us. Go us.
Go us. Go us. Would you say Paul has been your best relationship?
Yeah.
Really?
So far, just because he's just nice. Don't get twisted. I don't want to sit here and badmouth my exes because I was happy at one point.
Yeah.
That wasn't healthy. From what I've seen from Paul so far, is healthy.
Yeah.
That's the main thing for me. So yeah. So far.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, they would say, well, you know, all we want is just a nice guy. We just want peace. Do you feel like he brings you peace?
I just want peace.
You just want peace. Stop giving me problems. I just want peace.
No drama. Please, thank you. That's all I need.
Yeah. And I think you can see that. You can see that when you're with him, you're so relaxed. Like, you're calm. Like, you know, your guard is slowly starting to come down. Like, you can just definitely see that.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. Who's like your go-to person on the show? Like, your closest person, you know, to go to for advice, and like of all the cast, even though you get along with everyone?
I mean, I don't just have one. We do have a clique. It is me, Ella, Jay, and Roz.
Yeah, you can tell.
We call ourselves the Spice Girls. I don't know who brought that one up. Obviously, I'm Scary Spice, of course.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like, I'll always go to them three. Like, they are my rocks. Like, they've got my back, and no matter what it was that I needed to speak to them about, they'd always have an answer. They'd always help me. Even one time I had Jay taking out my braids. I was like, this girl's got one arm and she's sat here taking out my braids.
Oh my god.
I said, yeah, never mind, I'll do it myself.
Oh, bless her. Oh my god.
But like,
so
just amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah, and then having like each other's back when it comes to the tough times, especially like with the other cast as well. Like, it must have like been very hard, and especially with everything being aired out and the trolls, and it's just a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot, but I feel like just as a whole cast, we do have each other's backs, because
there's
only a handful of people that know what it's like to go through this process in particular. The last thing we need to do is all turn against each other, because we need to support each other.
Can I actually say as well, like, this year, it seems like, okay, even though you guys having a little, like, you guys have your arguments at the dinner parties, but overall, you guys are all getting along. We've never had that in previous... We've never had that in previous series. Like, normally there would be, like, major arguments and showdown. But so far, it seems like you guys are besties and friends, and you guys are there for each other.
It's very early on, so let's not talk too soon.
Oh my god, I'm just intrigued.
If I could give you the tea, I would, but you're gonna have to watch and wait and find out.
Listen, I be gagging when I'm watching everything else. I'm like, this is only the beginning. What's going to be like after 36 episodes?
Absolute carnage. Shit show. Absolute shit show.
I'm scared. I'm scared. So I gotta ask you this: what's next for you? I know you're on the show, like the show's being aired, the series is being aired. Obviously, you're a childcare assistant, but are you looking to be a model full time now that you're on the limelight, or what are you currently working on?
So I feel like modeling has always been where I'm most confident. That's what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I used to be very, very shy. No one ever believes me when I say that. I didn't even speak. I used to be like quiet, wouldn't speak.
Wow.
But I found out that I was actually confident when I was in front of a camera taking pictures. I was like, right, okay, this is what I want to do. So I'd love to be able to do modeling full time, absolutely. But now that I do have the tiniest bit of a platform, I'd love to just help people in general, like help people, like children that have type 1 diabetes, like myself, and just people. I just love to do anything. I mean, I love working with kids. Like that's all I've ever done. But I think now it is a good chance to step out of my comfort zone and just do something more crazy. So why not?
Yes. And I definitely see you doing that. Like, do you feel like there's a pressure as well, especially now that you're being on the limelight? Like, I don't know, like we see it on other TV shows. Obviously, this is an experiment, but like other dating reality TV shows, once they have that platform, they go straight into being a full-time influencer. Do you actually see yourself working with children? Like even after your platform grows, like do you see yourself just doing something that you want to use your platform for a good cause and not just the clout, or I don't know if you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I just said, helping children with diabetes or just anything to do with children. I just love to help children in general. Like that is my passion. So don't see myself jumping into the influencer role. Like I do it, but it's not what my goals are in life. But yeah, helping children in any way, shape, or form would be great.
I love that. I love that. I want to say thank you so much, Tasha, for coming to my platform and having a conversation with me. I know you're very busy with everything that's going on with the show, the series, but any last words? Where can they find you? Where can they find the series? Where can they even catch up if they haven't even watched the series? And yeah.
So you can watch Married at First Sight Monday to Thursday, 9 p.m. E4, or you can catch up on all four. And if you don't really want to watch all them lot and you just want to see me, you can get on my Instagram at It's Tasha Jay.
Hey, no, guys, honestly, she's such a vibe. Like, this girl is a vibe, a full vibe. Like, if you haven't actually watched her segment, just her story is just inspiring. I don't think you actually understand how much you're inspiring at the moment. Like, when I'm doing my reviews on TikTok, everyone's like, listen, the girl is amazing, a 10 out of 10. Like, you're just beautiful inside and outside, and you're actually inspiring so many people, so many women, so many young girls as well with your story. So you should really be proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
You're welcome. But we should see you very soon. And is the series episode airing tonight as well?
Yes, we have an episode tonight.
And what time does that start?
9 p.m.
9 p.m. And what can we expect? Because I know from watching the first look teaser, it looks like things are about to go down.
I mean, things are always going to go down. So all I can say is tune in, put your seatbelt on, strap up, and take a seat.
Not strap up.
Ride. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh my God. I literally, like, it's been a lot. It's really been a lot. Honestly. Like, I don't even know where to even go look. I'm just hoping that you and Paul are going to be good, because it's just, you guys have my heart.
I can make no promises, unfortunately.
We expect as viewers, like, is there any teaser you could give us? Just a little bit, just a little. We're eager to know.
I'd say I think everyone thinks Paul and I are just a perfect couple and are going to breeze straight through it, but it's not always what it seems.
Are you serious? Are you for real? Or are you, I don't know whether you're joking or you.
No, I'm dead ass.
Oh God.
You look like you're gonna die.
Do you know what it is as well? I think a lot of people expected that with Brad and Shauna, and look what's happening right now. So oh no. But you know what? That is the reality of being in a relationship, marriages. Not everything's going to be perfect. So it's just exciting to see your journey. But I'm hoping you guys will make it through to the end of the experiment.
Thank you.
But anyways, thank you so much, Tasha, once again. Have a great evening, and we should see you on our screens again very soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you. Bye-bye.